Alright, so here's breakfast chopped up, cleaned and everything. I forgot to mention earlier that you would need a half of a bell pepper. It's not necessary, but it doesn't taste bad, and if all this other good stuff is being a vehicle for something not so good for breakfast, throw it in there. Why not? So, as you can see, eighths of apples here. Make sure and remove the seeds and wash them, especially if they're not organic. They will have a wax coat on the outside, and possibly some pesticide. The seeds, I've heard, actually have naturally occurring arsenic, which in small amounts, which what we're doing here for 5 to 10 days, depending on what you choose, isn't so bad, but I don't know. The fact of digesting arsenic doesn't sound too good to me. So, as you can see, here's the juicer. There's an auger inside. There's this main plastic casing. There's this door, and then there's a little like filter type deal on there. It's a two-way filter. It gets double the juice. It's really sweet. I have done 3 months of research, maybe more, on juicers, and this is the way to go. Absolutely. There's cheaper alternatives. This one was $300, but it also makes peanut butter and any type of nut butter, like almond butter, cashew butter, sunflower seed butter, whatever, and noodles. It has a noodle extractor fixture. But what I was saying is, with a masticating juicer, which it runs really quiet and slow, it crushes every bit of juice it could possibly get out of there. Whereas like a can't say that word, centrifugal juicer, it spins it around and around and around and spits the juice out, which adds a lot of air and bubbles, and it also oxidizes the juice, so it's not as good for you. Plus the yield is better in a masticating juicer. Anyways, here we go, turning it on. As you can see, I'm talking very normal. You can hear carrot number 1. You can just see, like, I have one finger. It's just chewing it up. Here's the juice. And then here's the stuff that comes out. It's just dry. And you can form like a cake out of it. It's very dry. So anyways, let's start chopping really quick, man. Oh, and it does come with this tool, like a little mash. Carrot juice will stain very badly anything you get it on. So this drink, especially carrot juice, if you just like juicing, don't do that. Okay, so here's the oranges. You'll see they go through much more easy than that. Look at all that juice. And there's the orange peel. Now, on to the green peppers. Now the apples, you don't have to chop them up into eighths if you have like a big mouth juicer. But as you can see, the hole in this is it's much smaller. Out there. As you can see, even though I'm done, the juice is still coming out. Which, for the sake of time, we're going to sacrifice a couple of those juices. So here's the leftovers. You can see I can just pack it down. It's very, very dry, which is what you want. now, just dump that in there. If you have a garbage disposal, that is awesome. There's always going to be a little bit of juice left over in the sieve part. Just kind of work it around with your finger. It'll end up finding a hole, and yeah, it's a lot of juice. Get as much as you can, otherwise these vegetables died for nothing. That's it off. And get it ready for all the mean green. But sorry, I'm doing this one-handed again, so it's a little shoddy. Well, for 5 days, it's no. Oh, I forgot the celery. Forgot the celery and the ginger. They say to peel the ginger. I don't, because this thing just spits out everything but juice. I do wash it though, so get that. There goes the celery. You see the celery has a lot of juice in it, so don't skip that, otherwise you're going to come up short like I did. The celery's done. The thing just destroyed the celery. I'm done, but still, those juices coming out hardcore. So, again, that's that. So now, as we add this to our already short carrot juice, we should be right at 16 ounces. Boom. How about that? So, there's your 16-ounce breakfast. I made this a little longer than normal just because, I know, if you're like me, you wanted to see everything. So, there it is. And just stay tuned for breakfast. For mean green.